hello, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural Vision Story episode, a very exciting addition to the Speak to Inspire podcast as part of the YouVision Voice experience. I am your host for today, Tiara Womack, and I'm so excited for these monthly episodes where we highlight stories of inspiring leaders around the world who are impacting those around them in their own unique way. Today, I have a very special guest joining me to share her story, Coach Dana. Now, I'm going to read her bio because I don't want to leave anything out from all of the amazing things that this beautiful woman is doing. So, Coach Dana is a John Maxwell leadership coach and visionary coach. She is the co founder of YouVision and of the Worldwide Coaching Federation, which is making waves in the coaching industry. Passionate about personal growth and leadership, she is dedicated to revolutionizing the coaching industry by empowering individuals to become vision focused leaders. Welcome to not only the show, Coach Dana, but this is very special because this is our inaugural Vision Story episode, right? And I think it's only right that you are today's guest because it has to feel like watching your baby grow. As one of the co-founders of YouVision, watching YouVision Voice, which is a segment of YouVision, grow into what we have today. So it is my absolute pleasure to have you on for you to share your story with the world. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tierra. That was a wonderful introduction. I'm so grateful for that.
Yes.
Yes, so it is actually, I'm so proud that I am today among the guests of YouVision Voice, which was first of all a dream to us, and now it's there. Like you said, like a baby, you're waiting for your baby to come to life. And this is what we are seeing right now. We are seeing like our baby coming to life, and things are moving on so fast. And that's actually a great blessing.
Yes, yes. Well, again, I'm so excited. And for everyone listening and watching, right? The premise of our Vision Story episodes on the Speak to Inspire podcast are to really highlight those leaders, those change makers, those guides around the world who are making a difference, sharing your story from the standpoint of the vision you had to get to where you are today, in hopes
Mhm.
that others hearing your story are inspired to forge their own path in the world, a path that is vision centered, whatever that vision looks like, right? So, for those of us listening, we want to know, what is your story, Coach Dana? How did you successfully transition from the corporate world to entrepreneurship?
Well, that's a great question. And I will go back to making the decision of leaving the corporate world and working as a coach. So basically, I come from a background where all my, experience and everything comes from the corporate world. But what I can say that as an entrepreneur, it's a different world. You're entering a different world. Although what you have learned in the corporate world will actually help you in the entrepreneurship journey, but I think my journey started at Corona. When Corona started, entered our life, it really made a turnover through a lot of people. For me, I had to resign from my work, and then because I had like my two children, and they were very young, and I needed to take care of them during the Corona phase. But then from there, although I loved my job and everything, but I had to seek my passion. I had the time to discover my passion at that time. A lot of us had a lot of free time during Corona.
Yep.
So you're sitting at home, you're wondering about life. And then I started helping startups with their businesses, and leading them to successfully launch their businesses as an experienced corporate and project manager from the corporate world. And after that, while I was coaching startups, I also was mentored. I was introduced to a mentor, and I took with him a program. And then something really inspired me by the work that he's doing as a coach as well, mentoring also other people. So my mentor was actually an idol for me, because for me, I was helping startup as coaching them. And when I was being mentored by a coach, also he was from the John Maxwell team. It was really inspiring, and I saw the transition that he helped me while I'm moving from the corporate to the entrepreneurship. So from there, I started learning about coaching. I entered different programs, and I think it was within me, because as a coach, you need to be able to help other people thrive, and strive. And it's not about you anymore. It's not only about you as a coach. It's about helping and guiding other people and their journey and adding value to their journey. So this is what I was helping when I was doing with the startups. So also through that journey, I was introduced to the co-founder, to the main founder actually, Abdel Majid.
Mhm.
He was the founder of YouVision, and uh, it was just a meeting with like a 10 minutes meeting with me and him about YouVision and his vision towards it. I'm like, I'm in. This is the dream. It was
I
just,
love that. I
you just
love
need
that.
like, yeah, you need
Yeah.
the,
And I was
yeah,
going to ask you that because it's I mean you pretty much you and Abdul, what you're doing with the Worldwide Coaching Federation, you're really revolutionizing the coaching industry, right? And so when you talk about all those various aspects of what inspired you to enter the coaching world in the first place, I think it's such a beautiful story, even backing up to COVID, and Corona, where you really had to relearn what you're passionate about. You had to relearn what it is that you wanted to use as a catalyst to inspire the world, to impact the world. And it's through those interactions with others, through your own coach, right, that you could see how they were able to impact you. And you were able to really forge that transition from corporate, right? That skill set that you developed on the corporate side to the entrepreneurial space and ultimately coaching, which, again, I absolutely love. And simply from a 10-minute, interaction with Abdul as well, right? Where it's like, you
yeah.
know what, I believe it, I see the vision and I'm in. I
Because,
absolutely love that.
yeah, as you said, entrepreneurship is all about being able to see where you're going, to be able to see the big picture, the vision. So if you, as a visionary coach, for example, I would tell you your entrepreneurship journey should be linked to your vision and to your values. And when I was speaking with this 10 minutes meeting with Abdul Majid, it really matched who I am personally and what I want to leave, the legend that I want, and the legacy that I want to leave behind me in the world that could also happen from YouVision and from the Federation.
Right, right, absolutely. And I think, listening to you and knowing Abdul as well, right? Same thing. Just after one interaction,
Yeah.
I really was sold on
Yeah.
what this is, because being in the coaching industry for a number of years prior to meeting Abdul and learning about you, Vision, of course, there were inspiring moments, impactful moments, right, that led me to even join the coaching space. But then there were certain aspects for me that started to feel stale, right? So when I had the conversation with him and I had a conversation with you, I was like, okay, these people get it. They are really going back to the foundation, I think, of what the coaching industry was built on originally before all the other, things came into play. And, I really love what it is that you both have created. And I know that one key theme throughout YouVision is the importance of being vision focused in
Yeah.
leadership and personal growth. So with that in mind, what would you say are the essential steps to take before one enters the world, or should I say the wild west world of entrepreneurship? Maybe one or two nuggets you can share.
See, before you need or thinking about entrepreneurship, it is basically you need to make sure that you own the business. Okay, and what I mean by owning the business, not only the business, but I mean you own your dream. Okay, it is that dream that you are following. It's your own dream that you are following. It matches your values again. It matches your vision. So if that entrepreneurship journey or that business that you are thinking about opening matches your vision and your values, and you can see it, then this belongs to you. Another thing that you can also regarding to the vision, you need to think also in terms of the passion. Okay, so it is very important after you realize your vision and you know what is your vision in this world, you need to also know if that entrepreneurship matches your passion, because you really need to be passionate about what you are doing, because you know you're going to fall a lot and you're going to rise a lot. But
Right.
yeah, so you need to fall forward, and what keep will keep you to fall forward is your passion, because through working on something related to your passion, you will have the resilience, right? You will have the confidence in yourself, because you are working something that you love from inside, and
Mhm.
that will show to the outside world, right? Because you have first of all you have to have it to give it.
Yeah.
So if you don't have it, I mean, the world will not believe in it if you don't believe in it first. First of all, yeah. So it comes from inside out, yeah. You can say.
I love that. And you know, for us as mompreneurs, right? I
Yeah.
really feel as though, you know, a big piece of, you know, to your point, what drives us, aside from our passion and believing in our vision are, you know, the legacies that we're looking to leave for our children,
Yes.
right? And really balancing and navigating and, you know, for me, watching you behind the scenes, right? Interacting with you within YouVision and YouVision Voice, I know, you know, I've seen you, you know, juggling being a mother and
Yeah.
you know, showing up for your students within the coaching program and doing it very well. And you know, again, I think just leading by example. Which I absolutely love to see, you know, mom entrepreneurs in the space that
Yeah.
are living out their passion and, you know, being able to have that balance as well. And when we speak about, you know, YouVision as a whole, right? I would love to know from your standpoint, what makes YouVision special and different from other coaching platforms that are already out there?
For me, your vision is adding is making significance. Like we are really adding value through the, you know, the revolutionized models that we provide through YouVision, or the YouVision program, or the visionary coaching program. So the through the vision coaching program, you are learning a new models that are really required to help. Basically improve the coaching, helping in coaching, new models, new tools. All of them are like really innovative. They even, you know, really inspired me and influenced me. Like we have a lot of things and a lot of models that we use. Like we have the visionary guidebook that we use that will help the clients to align their goals with their vision, and you know, even it is really remarkable of how the program allows you to know your own values, you know your own passion, your aspirations. There's also specific tools and models about that. There's also, you know, the whole vision model that we that is very unique and special for the visionary coaching program, and that is also our founder Abdul Majid. He's the one who really founded this beautiful model, actually, that even coaches who are existing coaches, really, when they know about this model, they really get inspired and they tell us, really, this is what we thought was a gap as a coaching. So through the vision model, it is like, you know, it's a roadmap that takes you with the client from creating his vision, you know, until starting and implementing the actions required to really achieve and progress in this vision. Like we work on the mindset, we have the CRC mindset, which is creativity, resilience, and continuous growth, through also special tools that will allow us to help the clients in front of us with the resilience that they need to build in their minds, with their how to use creativity in their journey. Continuous growth, as you know, it is a part of all personal development, to continuously growth ourselves. So all those models, all those techniques that are really unique, really make this program really special.
Yeah. I mean, again, for those of you tuning in, whether you are listening to this on, you know, via podcast or, you know, watching this this video, I mean, how can you not be inspired? when you for me even, right? Like, again, I was already within the coaching space for years before I even knew about YouVision, but it was a breath of fresh air. To your point, it was the newness of the tools. I mean, nothing is really new under the sun, but I think it was the take, and you could feel that the approach that you and Abdul had with coaching and with matriculating people through that coaching journey was very genuine and really focused and centered on inspiring versus just the monetization, right, of
Yeah.
coaching versus just, the old school, marketing tactics and et cetera that really have fallen stale. And that's what I absolutely love about, what you and Abdul have created with YouVision.
You know,
And I'm
I would like
so
to add,
excited.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I would like to add one thing that really inspired a lot of coaches to join us in the visionary coaching program is the community that we build.
Yeah.
So the community really plays a big role because through this community you can grow. Through the support system that you have around you, they will continue to inspire you to become the best version of yourself. So through once you like register in the program, you get access to this community, you become part of the family, I can say, of YouVision family, where you get support, where you get, inspired by other coaches, by the stories of other coaches, by how they are, tackling their client issues. Like it's the community, what makes us actually also beautiful.
Yeah. And again, for those that are new to Speak to Inspire and Vision Story, I am more so assisting with the voice segment, right? The speaker training and all these beautiful additions that Coach Dana and Abdul are bringing to you Vision as a whole. But I see the communication going on with the coaches, that are matriculating through YouVision. I see
Yeah.
that interaction. I can feel that, more so family type of foundation that you all have cultivated. And it's a beautiful thing to watch everyone celebrating each other, as they
Yeah.
graduate through the program. It really is amazing. And kudos to both of you.
Yeah.
And I want to ask, before we wrap up today, I'd like to ask, why is it important for people, in your opinion, for people to share their story? And what is one thing that you do daily that helps you stay aligned with your vision?
The thing that I basically is, first of all, on daily basis, when you hear other people's stories and their success stories, it's like, it will always give you this motivation. I don't want to call it motivation, but inspiration,
Mhm.
that like one day they had this dream and they turned it into reality. Your dream will also return into reality. Like there's always faith. You will always learn from them. Especially when I hear their stories, I hear how they failed many times and they got back again, and and again, and they reached their dream. And I like to learn from their setbacks,
Mhm.
what setbacks they went through and how they overcome it. This is really inspiring for me when I hear their stories and how they managed through like all those valleys, I can say,
Yeah.
because it's always valleys and ups and
Peaks and
downs. So
valleys, yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, and that's, there's this thing that life, will life, right? Like life is lifing. And, sometimes, to your point, when it's great to hear how someone achieved greatness. Okay, wonderful. But what did you do when you felt like you couldn't take that next step? What did you do when you felt like were just under the pressure of building your coaching business, or, all those different aspects? Like, let us know the real side, not just all the things that are good, but
exactly.
the whole picture, right? So that we can be well rounded in our journey and our path as well. And when it comes to, again, how you align with your vision, what would you say is
Yes.
one thing that helps you to align to
See,
your
it's always when I go back to my why I started this
Mm,
business, when I remind myself why I started in the beginning of building this business, and the real um, purpose of my business, it really like fuels me. It's like it's the fuel I can see for I can say for my for me continuing the path. So I always keep the why in front of me. I always go back to it. You know, this is the main reason why I keep moving, because there was a why in the beginning
Mhm.
that represents me. The purpose is in my heart, and the vision, is always there in front of me, and this is what keeps me going,
Yeah,
really.
I
And
am with you a thousand
I want
percent.
to add also one thing that also I saw in Mr. Abdul Majid's story, actually, that really inspired me is, even after time, I have knew that it took him around 6 years
Mm.
until YouVision actually started gaining all the success.
Yep.
So it's like patience is required in this journey,
Mhm.
patience is required, believing, having the vision. Like he could have, just after 2 years of the being like, nothing in progress, or he didn't meet his goals, and for example in the first 2 years he could have like given up,
Yeah.
but he remained there for like he remained there, hanging to his vision, hanging to his why, for those 6 years until now. From international YouVision, also we have opened YouVision Arabia, we have opened in different countries, like Russia, we have opened in France, in Africa, in France, in Africa. So all this remarkable job didn't happen between a night, like a night.
Yes.
Like some people see a successful person, as you said, and they think, oh, they're successful, they're lucky. But oh
Mm-hmm.
God, it doesn't
Yeah.
happen overnight,
Yeah.
it's there's a lot of stories behind it, and this is really what I hope your Vision Voice will allow us to, share with other people the story behind their success. It's
Mhm.
very important, yeah.
I, uh, I agree with you 1,000%. And, I think to your point, success is not something that happens overnight, but sometimes it can be depicted like that, especially with social media.
Yeah.
You have people that say,
Yeah.
oh, I made my first 30K in 30 days. Let me show you
Yeah.
how. And it's like, but people don't
Uh-huh.
see that they've really been building out their business, their first 30K over 3 years, right? So that's what
Exactly.
I really love about the authenticity of you and Abdul, and what you're building, because it's not built on smoke and mirrors. It
Yeah,
is like,
exactly.
yes, this took years to get to this point, right? And it's a continual journey, but we believe in it so much that we're in here for the long haul, right? For the long term. And I think that that is very key for all of you, tuning in to this episode, is to remember, again, when you go back to your why, as Coach Dana
Mhm.
said, right? When you understand what your vision is, it's much easier for you to withstand those peaks and valleys of the entrepreneurial journey, and that journey of life, right? Because you know that it can be long term, as you enjoy the success. So well, I have loved this conversation today. Again, I'm so excited that we finally have been able to
Yes.
connect and bring your story. And for those of you, listening and wanting to connect with Coach Dana, please let us know, how can people connect with you aside from youvisionarabia.com? Are there any other ways for people to connect with you?
Yes, they can follow me on Instagram. I have an Instagram page on as a startup coach Dana. They can connect with me over there. I will be more than happy to really get their opinion, get their feedback, to help them, encourage them in their leadership journey, because leadership is about leading yourself first. You need to learn how to lead yourself first, and then you can lead the others. So, and success starts from there. When you start leading
Yeah.
yourself in the right way, building the right mindset. From there, when you grow, things will grow around you. Like I think it is contagious. When you grow, things will grow. Yeah.
1,000%, and that's what we call a mic drop moment, Coach Dana. Leading yourself, right? When you lead, it starts with leading yourself. That's a complete mic drop, and such a beautiful nugget to leave the audience with today. And again, it has been such a pleasure sharing your story with the world. I'm very
Thank
excited for
you
people to
so much.
hear this episode. Yes, and thank you.
Yes.
And I'm excited for people to be inspired by your story. Thank you to everyone who has tuned in. And we will see you next month with another episode of Vision Story. Ciao, everyone.
Bye bye.